Today we're going to be working on a 2004 BMW 540i that I've done a lot of work to, transmission, all kinds of stuff, and maybe sometime we'll get into more of that. But today what we're doing is a throttle body. And we're going to change the throttle body, which is not bad. We got a throttle body off of Amazon. I think it was only $80 versus trying to go to the dealer and spend hundreds there. And I don't want to get too dumbed down, but all it took was a screwdriver and 2 hose clamps, and that comes right off. So all you really need to do this job is a screwdriver and a 10mm socket, which is quite easy. One of the things I was going to tell you, be careful, is a lot of these connectors are really brittle, and when you start fussing with them, they'll break and crack, so a heads up on that. If they do, don't worry about it, that's just kind of the way it is. So what I recommend you do, just make sure when you put them back together, you can put a little sealant on the next side or zip tie the connector so it stays tight. And the process of taking this one off, it cracked, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it, but I found it's kind of par for the course on older cars. Oh, another heads up on these 540s. These fan cowls are made from fiberglass. They're really quite itchy. I recommend throwing something over it because you'll get fiberglass on you, just like the fiberglass, you know, from insulation in your house, and then you're scratching, you don't know where it's coming from. So here we go. I'll take it off. We'll go next. And one of the things I always recommend to everybody before you install anything is when you got the new part, sit them both next to each other and compare them and make sure you got the right part, because nothing's going to ruin your day than putting in the wrong part and having to put it all back together again. And these look identical. Okay? And I do notice there's a little plastic seal here off of this. I'll have to probably take off. I'll be careful with it, where this one doesn't have it on it. We're back, it's back together. There's 4 bolts, put together, clip the wire in, the hose on, put this back in. We're missing a clip here, which I'll probably zip tie it for now, but we'll have to get a clip for that and put it back together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start it and test it. I could barely keep this car running before, and now as you see, it runs really well. It's fine. What it's going to need to do is what they call throttle body learn. The computer needs to learn a new throttle body. I can reset it by plugging it into a computer, but believe it or not, a lot of times if you just drive it, if you don't have a computer, you just drive it, it'll find its way anyway. The computer's usually smart enough. If you can't, you can always buy some simple OBD2 programmer, plug it in, and reset throttle body learn. And there you go. Now you know how to change the throttle body on a 540i BMW. Rockin'!